It's one of the last things that you want to see in your mail. A ticket from one of those photo radar cameras. It'll ruin your day. But if you get one of those in the mail, do you really have to pay it? You've probably heard both sides of it. Don't pay it or pay it. Thanks for joining us tonight for 12 News at 10. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Kadiba Devine. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly is joining us live at the intersection of Rural and Rio Salado in Tempe after speaking with an attorney about these citations. Chase?
Creepy Mark, the city rolled out their photo enforcement program recently and have already mailed out thousands of citations. I'll tell you, we've only been out here for the past 40 minutes, and we've seen these cameras flash about a dozen times. Now, while it is possible that you don't have to pay that citation, I'm told it's going to take a lot of work. Whether they're out in plain sight or hidden in a fake cactus, red light and speed cameras are all over, all meant to curb dangerous driving. Tempe just rolled out its photo enforcement program and within 2 weeks issued 2,200 citations to drivers with a $250 price tag attached. And Phoenix just approved a $12 million contract for its own program set to start next year. But if you do get one of these in the mail, do you have to pay it? We asked Phoenix attorney Anthony Ramirez.
And the answer is if something doesn't come to you via certified mail or official court service, there's plausible deniability that you never received it. So you don't have any legal obligation to respond to something that was mailed to you.
So in essence, someone could literally just throw that ticket away.
In essence, they could.
Now, if you decide to go this route, that doesn't mean you're off the hook.
Then they have 90 days from the date that the citation is filed with the court to serve you.
Meaning a process server is going to show up to your door and try to hand deliver that citation to you. However, if they don't contact you within those 90 days, then you are good to go. But that doesn't mean it's easy.
You're going to start inconveniencing yourself, right? Because you're hiding, trying to avoid the process server.
Ramirez also says that if anyone at your home answers the door, whether it be your spouse, roommates, or even your kids that are 14 and older, the server will give them the citation, and that counts as you being served. And it won't just be $250. You have to pay for the process server's time.
Then you also have to now appear in court and take time off of work, take time out of your day to go down there and now answer this citation.
It is a gamble just to try to get out of a citation.
They're locking themselves in the house or running around. It just doesn't seem worth it to me, these tickets. You know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Ramirez recommends people should just pay the fine so you don't have to deal with hiding in your own home. However, if you feel like you should have not been cited, actually, did you see that flash go off? So someone is probably going to get a citation in their mail right now. But again, if you feel that you shouldn't have been cited, you can always make that argument in court. We're live in Tempe tonight. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
All right, Chase, thank you.
What is up, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee on the vid, tapping back in, and I love that the news got like petty on this one, if you feel me, right? Ducking and dodging the process servers, fighting the system, fighting the power. Fuck them, right? Seriously, comment, guys. What do you think about this? Are these installed in your city? Are they hitting people with tickets, you know, off the cameras and all that? And, you know, going some years back, when I lived in Florida, there was, and it was a crazy spot where I lived at. There was actually some ish that went down where the sheriff got knocked for all kinds of corruption, forced to step down, all kinds of just fugazi fines, violating people's rights, flunkery, illegal ish with the work program. I could go on and on about it. There's actually an anonymous video tied to the sheriff that was in power at the time, and he was a sibling of the governor, and there was cartel talk. There was all kinds of ish, but they were just shaking everyone down every which way they could, and they were just trying to just run everyone's pockets. It was really just downright disgusting, nasty work, corruption to the fullest, what was going on. But there was people, from what I was understanding, beating certain cases, traffic stuff, when it came to the photo. It's just based off like this whole news report, which again, I love how petty they got about it, how they really dived into this situation and consulted an attorney. But this is talking about just answering the ticket, if that's a legit summons, you know, how you have to be served and all that. But From the aspect I was talking about, there was people, from my understanding, beating the case that attorneys were just contesting. You can't clearly tell that my client was the one operating the motor vehicle at that point in time. So dismiss this ish, you know what I'm saying? But y'all heard that this is in Tempe, Arizona, Phoenix, which is what is Maricopa County. What is from anyone from AZ out there? Shout out to AZ if you happen to see this thing. I don't know, if you will, or whatever, or anyone from the Cactus State. Like, you heard they're putting, what they say, millions behind the budget. You know what I mean, to ensure safe driving and handsome fines out and all that. I mean, drive safe, everyone. At the end of the day, I can't stress that enough. Don't get behind the wheel flucked up. Don't not buckle up. Make sure everyone riding with you's buckled up. Don't speed. I mean, I always let y'all know the ways I drive safe, period, just because. But I also observe and abide by the traffic laws and such very, very carefully for many reasons. But you heard the attorney, that just coming to you in the mail is not legal service. And this pisses me off too, because I had a case that was like a traffic. You guys ever had a situation where it's like it's a traffic situation, but it's also a like criminal in a sense, like driving without a license or suspended or something like that, you know what I mean? It was some bullish. I went to court, this is some years back, and I show up and they're like, yo, you're not listed anywhere. I stayed there for hours making sure, checking every clerk, every fucking person I could speak to. And what happened was the ticket of the driving incident was never handed in by the particular officer or sheriff or whatever it was. And they said, yeah, you lucked out. Like, I guess the case is thrown out. These sons of bitches sent me a letter like a month later, and I should have just never went. But at the time, man, like I said, it was so damn corrupt there, and there was a lot of other ish going on in life that I was like, man, these bastards would just throw a warrant on me and come get me and throw me in jail and, fuck everything up. And you know what I'm saying? I just went and answered it. And long story short, I was saying to the attorney, you should be able to get this case thrown out just on those grounds. Like, in the interest of justice, there has to be some legal motion that they never handed it in. And, like, that's like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we skip the court date, we get a bench warrant. They just don't show up. They're not ready. They didn't have their ducks in a row. They didn't even have the ish filed or anything. And then a month or two later, when they're like, oh, we forgot about this one, they just sent it to me, but I fucked up. I should have never answered it. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't legal service. But you heard what the attorney was talking about. They'll try to come to your house and serve you, and there's that 90-day period. So, hey, you can fuck around and get an Airbnb, go stay at a friend's house or something. But how crazy is that to me, that if anyone answers the door, they'll just throw it at them. You know what I mean? Kid answers the door. They throw, this is a service for your parents' ticket. They got to go to court. Like, that's some bullish. That shouldn't stand. But I don't know. It is what it is at the end of the day. And I know some people are going to hear this and just say, you scumbags. Go to court. Again, everyone should drive safe. I'm advocating for safety, and I truly mean that. But, when it comes to driving or just living life, a lot of people were grinding, we're surviving. At the end of the day, yeah, we could have, I guess, did better in life and own Fortune 500 companies or something like that. But that's just not the reality of what it is, how it is, and how life is for a lot of individuals who are paying their bills and working hard, working multiple jobs, and the system trying to dip up in your pockets and hit you where it counts on a greedy level. You know what I mean? It's tough. So why not make them have to do their job? correctly. You know what I mean? Because it's like, is anyone trying to cut you some slack? So why cut them some slack? Make them earn their money. But you heard what he said: play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That, you know, if and when they do, they serve you. They're going to try to max you out every which way they can with the court costs, surcharges, you know, the process server. It's all wild, you know. But I just found this interesting. I really, again, I love that the news took the time to do this investigative piece, if you will. I don't know that it would necessarily qualify as that kind of journalism, but that they said, hey, you know, everyone's getting these damn things in the mail. They're putting them in fake cactuses. That blew my mind a bit as well. And they said, let's go holler at this attorney. You know what I mean? Someone with real knowledge of all this, and see what the get down really is. Because it's another side of law enforcement, traffic enforcement and such. We know when it comes to law enforcement, right? And again, we want the real bad guys, the real fucked up, wicked demons and evil bastards locked up and all that. You know what I mean? Let them rot in this life and in the next. Or so whatever the creators say it be. You know what I mean? I'm just a man standing, speaking to you guys through this device, you know, into the blogosphere in this physical form. You know what I'm saying? So that's for the creator on a spiritual level. But like the real bad guys, lock them 6 sacks-ish the fuck up. You know what I mean? But when it comes to some average Joes getting caught up in some bull-ish, like a stupid weed charge or something like that, right? We know law enforcement is indeed allowed to lie and manipulate to you and pressure you in many ways and such. You know what I mean? And they will do just that. And, you know, tell you this and do that, threaten you. It's all fucked up. Like some of the stuff that I've endured personally, or known other individuals that I've known personally, firsthand seen happen to them via law enforcement, or, you know of, like firsthand seen or just know of that it all went down. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just dug this piece that they took the time to dive in and say, hey, you know, these traffic cameras, what's really good with all this? And there's many, many more on the way. So like I said, that was just Tempe, Arizona, and apparently Phoenix. What they say, like 12 million in the budget to really get these things, you know, allocated in the budget to really get more of these things out there. And, you know, that's technology on your bumper when you're driving. Once again, drive safe. But tap in, share your thoughts, your experiences, and let me know if you're seeing these things where you live at as well, and just what you thought of this journalistic piece as well, if you got a kick out of it like Coffee did. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I look forward to talking to you guys up in them comments. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. Hit the like. Help me break through algorithmically. You know what I mean? We need every engagement, every little bit of love that we can get over here at this time. I mean, always, but at this time, real deal, Holyfield. And again, if you're new, it's all about hearing from the people. We talk it up, and we talk music, news, sports, and much, much more. I'm out of here. Watch for them Robo cops. Peace.